All right, man, we back. Goodfellas Sports TV. Some rumors go out there, and I'll link a story in the description under source link or article link that Deion Sanders is a candidate for the Florida State job. After Willie Taggart got released, they didn't even let the brother finish the season out. And, a lot of people were saying how they expect him to fix a problem that's been broken before he got there in less than, 2 years. You know what I'm saying? So, a lot of people feel like he didn't get a fair shake. That is what it is. So, the best thing that Florida State can do is hire another black coach. Now, Deion Sanders, he seemed to know the game. It's easy. You see guys talk about it on the tube, and then when they get in a position to coach, they can't do it, or they're not any good. So, I think it's an interesting hire. I think most people thinking Urban Meyer, David Shaw, USC, coach who name I'm going to remember at the University of Virginia. But Prime is different. Not exactly sure, why they got rid of Jimbo Fisher, but he trying down in Texas A&M in the SEC. It's a little bit tougher. At least Florida State is in the SEC, and the only real competition they got to deal with there is Clemson. And Clemson hasn't really been, given the best they got this year. They struggled a little bit in North Carolina, and, they just ain't been the same team. But, Miami, they ain't been good in a minute. So, just to the Deion Sanders thing, I'm all for it. I hope Deion Sanders do succeed. It's too often that former players don't get an opportunity to become head coaches, especially in the NFL. Where the majority of the players are black, but there's more white coaches than black coaches and head coaches overall, and probably offensive coordinators and defensive coordinators. And I think I'm all for brothers getting their shots. So it's going to be different, you know what I'm saying? Take a lot of work to put in. I think Deion helped coaches his son's football team in Texas, and a lot of it's going to be, if he chooses to take the job, the load is going to be different. It's going to be putting me in more work than when he was a player. Maybe not physically, but mentally, you know what I'm saying? You raising, 50, 60, 70 kids. And every little thing they do is going to fall back on you. The college game is coaching is cutthroat. You know what I'm saying? And coaching in general is cutthroat, but I think Deion will do a good job. I think he had respect to the players because the players know what he done at Florida State. His picture's up there, won the Heisman, I believe. They see him on NFL Network, and they know what he about. So I think morale-wise it'll be good. But the real question is, who are the guys that support him? Because recruiting, as long as he learned the rules, recruiting should be a breeze for him. Well, Florida State budget, and then him coming back, and parents knowing what Deion about, and the kids knowing what Deion about, knowing that Deion can get you to the pro level. The real question is, who gonna be his offensive coordinator? Who gonna be his defensive coordinator? Who gonna be his special teams coordinator? Who gonna be his DB coach? You know what I'm saying? So it's little minor things, like that really, really matter to the fans. So for Deion, I want to see, if he does get the job, who he surrounds himself with to help him successful, because you're only as good as your coordinators and your positional coaches. And I think recruiting shouldn't be a problem for him, but that's a lot of work to put in. A lot of rules and violations you got to know about. You're being responsible for kids. Anything a kid take or do can hurt the franchise or can hurt the school. So it's tough, man. But I'm, Florida State, kind of getting it right. You fired a black coach. What's the best way to kind of make it seem like it wasn't sketchy? Hire another black coach. And this time, hire Deion Sanders. So I wouldn't be surprised if they reached out to David Shaw at Stanford. And Jim Harbaugh. No, I wouldn't name Jim Harbaugh. Urban Meyer's name came up. Coach at Virginia. There's a few hot coaches out there. Even the guy at Auburn, Gus Malzahn, where I guess it looked like they wanted to get rid of him after a while. His name might come up. So you're going to see a lot of different coaches come up. But Deion Sanders will definitely get the juices flowing in Florida State. Definitely raise the expectations. But, I don't think he's going to do no worse job than what Harbaugh doing at Michigan. And they giving him a pass week after week. I'm a Michigan fan. So it ain't like Prime going to the SEC or you taking over Arkansas or he taking over South Carolina where, you know, you in the toughest conference. Really, you got Miami and you got, you know, Clemson. You know, Virginia Tech, they kind of fell off. North Carolina seemed like with the coach down there, Mac Brown from Texas, he down there, they doing really good. But at the end of the day, I think it's a good conference to be in. I think Prime will do a good job. And I'm interested to see. So let me know what you think about Deion Sanders possibly becoming the next head coach of Florida State. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email for business questions, prior response, video questions. Check out our College Sports Talk playlist for more videos like this. Appreciate the love, support. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Once again, reach out to the email. If you ever got a question, business inquiry, response, video request, email and Twitter are the quickest ways to get in touch with me. Then Instagram, then Facebook. One time for the one time, Goodfellas Sports TV.